Because you know what's coming now is the flash mobs. Now, I warned of this many moons ago. I was on the record talking, I think, about flash mobs. I'm unsure. Now, the flash mob is not nearly as fun as it sounds. What it is a gang of 20 or 30 people, and they run into Nordstrom's, which would be fine because no one cares about faceless corporations like Nordstrom's, right? Kind of. But they beat the people in the Nordstrom's, so that's not good. So the flash mobs come in, and they're not, a lot of people try to make them out to be like fun, theatrical events where people are just kind of like striking a death blow to capitalism by grabbing a few handbags. But they're beating the people at Nordstrom's. They're attacking them. They're hurting security guards. They're hurting people that work at Nordstrom's. It's not good. And Seth Rogen thinks it's good. Seth Rogen thinks it's good. And Seth Rogen, do you know what he did recently? Seth Rogen drove a few people over to Casey Neistat's house to rob his car. Seth Rogen is facing backlash after downplaying YouTuber Casey Neistat's experience with car theft. Casey Neistat has children. He had a piñata or something in the back of his car.
Something like that, yeah.
Party favors, decorations.
I believe so, yeah.
All right. So somebody robbed them.
Yeah, here, I got the thread right here.
And Casey was unhappy. And he tweeted, so our cars got robbed this morning because Los Angeles is a crime-riddled third world shithole of a city. Well, that's a lot, but hey. He goes, but tremendous appreciation and gratitude to the hardworking officers at LAPD West, who not only arrested the motherfucker, but they got all of our stolen goods back. So that's Casey Neistat taking the terribly popular position of calling out LA for being crime-ridden and then also saying, hey, thanks to the cops, which a lot of people do not love. Hey, thanks to the cops. And then Seth Rogen says, dude, I've lived here for 20 years. You're nuts. Haha. It's lovely here. Don't leave anything valuable in your car, in it. It's called living in a big city. So Seth Rogen's whole point is like, hey, man, relax. And Casey goes, I can still be mad, though, right? I feel so violated. Seth Rogen goes, you can be mad, but I guess I don't personally view my car as an extension of myself. And I've never really felt violated any of the 15 or so times my car was broken into. Once a guy accidentally left a cool knife in my car, so if it keeps happening, you might get a little treat. So Seth Rogen is high, as usual, right? He's always high, right? That's his thing.
Yeah.
He's a drug addict.
Yeah, he's like a weed company.
He likes drugs.
Yeah, sure.
There's nothing wrong with it. He's addicted to drugs, probably. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but that seems to be what his thing is, right? He sells weed. So he doesn't care about people. Seth Rogen would be robbing cars if he wasn't an actor, probably. That's kind of what this comes down to. Seth Rogen's like, hey, man, I'd be breaking into your car if I wasn't an actor who's a funny guy. And Seth Rogen's made some great movies.
Sure.
But, I think Seth Rogen's kind of like, I really, empathize with whoever stole your daughter's party decorations out of your car because, frankly, I would be doing something similar if I wasn't a multi-millionaire. Seth is kind of an example of a guy who seems to have he's run so far to the left, he's in self-parody. It's not even real anymore. He's unable to make a point that doesn't descend into some type of parody because he's so on another planet that I understand people going, Casey, you're overstating it. LA is not a third world shithole. Most of it might be. Some of it is. But not all of it, right? You can't say all of it,
sure.
Right? And I understand Seth Rogen being like, hey, man, that was a little bit much. But then Seth Rogen being like, I don't view my car as an extension of myself. Well, what if someone put a gun to your head and made you get out of it? And they stole it. Because here's the deal. Seth Rogen doesn't need to view his car as an extension of himself because he's rich. See, rich people don't care about cars because they can get new ones. They can, have a driver pick them up. It doesn't really matter. But if all you owned is a car, now certain people, all they own, now this may surprise Seth Rogen. I'm sure it wouldn't. I'm sure he knows. But all certain people own is a car. Now, Casey Neistat is not one of those people. He owns more than, this is why it's tough, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's tough. It's like the comics who are commenting on me and Michael Che. It's like two guys with a lot of money upset at each other, and then some guy eating rats being like, oh, one day he's going to win. It's, some people just have a car. So when your car is broken into, to some people, it's not nothing. It's something. I remember when all I had was my car and I would do cocaine and get in accidents. And it's upsetting when you are coked out of your face and drunk and you smash up your car and it's all you own. It's a big deal. So I can only imagine how I would have felt if someone broke into it, because I was devastated when I smashed a total of 5 cars. And that was very sad. But Seth has to understand that not everybody has a real estate portfolio and projects they care about. You know, Seth is lucky. Like, we're lucky. We get to do something we like. We have projects. And people care about projects and things you get to see come to fruition, things you can start and pour your mind and body and soul into, and then love and curate, and then see them go from nothing to something. They're movies and books and whatever. And not everyone has that. Some people literally just have a Chevy Cruze, and they're proud of it. And they work their ass off for it. So if somebody walks by and smashes it and grabs their shit out of it, they're going to be upset.